Hello, everyone. Ohio gozaimasu. Welcome to Ohio Anime. My name is John, and we're here to talk about anime. Let's get our guests in here straight away. Phil, Andrea, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Pretty good. You like that fun little start there?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, Andrea, I can't hear you.
Jeez, stop. Yeah, well, you know.
Maybe there's a way to test all this stuff before I go live. But I just hit it.
Yeah,
Just
it's
hit it
fine.
and go.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, well, Andrea sorts that. Let's let everybody know what we're going to be talking about tonight. If you can't tell by the title, it's Witch Watch, brand new anime out on Crunchyroll. So we'll be discussing that in spoilerific detail.
Well,
I think I heard. Oh, there's Andrea.
I heard her throat clear.
Hey.
Hey.
Andrea, your hair is looking really flowy today and stuff.
Very flowy.
Did you like do something different to it, or
a shower?
There's a woman in our gym too that she came in. This was a while ago, and it's like, your hair looks really good today. What'd you do to it or whatever? He's like, I just washed it. Oh, okay. Oh,
I
Okay.
am
Good.
trying out like different like bar shampoos just to kind of get like a feel. So,
Sure.
maybe this is a winner.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Nice.
Trying to avoid those microplastics, huh?
Yep.
They're already all over inside us. So I just read an article that said most humans have like a plastic fork's worth of microplastics in their brain. So that's lovely.
Well, so
Now I'm just gonna have like
where-
a fork in my brain image.
No, I mean it's all little teeny pieces, but
I
that's
know.
what are suggested as the biggest sources of the microplastics?
I couldn't even
I
say.
mean, obviously, plastic is everywhere, but does it mean
Sure.
it gets into your system? So, like, what are the largest? Like Ashley and I were like, well, maybe not microwaving things in plastic. Like that seems like that
Yeah, a
might
lot of
be
like
a thing.
food
Or like the chemicals, I
packaging.
think, but
It is food packaging, and it's a lot of like ways that people like improperly heat food that
Mhm.
can like seep,
Yeah.
or like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff about like, okay, you use knives on your cutting board that's made out of plastic, and then
Mhm.
like,
Sure.
it gets like little grooves in your food in the thing, and then it like absorbs up into your food,
Mhm.
or starts like flaking off into your food, or similarly like Tupperware,
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it's a lot of the way that we like ingest things, but I mean there are for sure other ways too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just everywhere in the environment. I mean, it's not just human. I mean, it's just so. I don't know. I'm still alive, so I mean, it can't be that big of a deal.
I'm like, because you can get it. We supposedly have it in our testicles. I'm like, well, I've got my 2 children. And,
Right.
Do I?
so-
Do I really?
Well, not you, maybe.
But yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yes, the microplastics be abound. Lots of new anime be abound as well. I've
Mhm.
been sampling some, and
Same.
we should find out what we've all been watching.
Mhm.
Phil, anything new on the radar here?
So the show I've been watching the most lately is not new.
Okay.
It's I don't remember if I may have mentioned this last pod, but I have been watching Fate Stay
Oh yeah.
Unlimited Blade Works.
Okay.
So I'm probably 8 or 9 episodes into that.
Solid.
Which I know for people that know about the Fate Stay universe, there's like video games, there's anime, there's multiple
So
different
extensive.
right. There's like multiple different anime. There's a
Mhm.
lot of you can find a lot of information online about the best way to go about watching the anime and all the iterations thereof. I didn't start with the original, which I forget what that one even was, but I started
Night.
with thank you, Fate Stay Night. I started with Limited Blade Works because I just that had been like, I mean, well, for one thing, it's animated by Ufotable, which I really like. Demon Slayer is their most famous, I think, anime. And I just heard really good things about the animation, and I heard not great things about the original animation, and I didn't want to slog through a whole season.
Oh.
I just heard it wasn't like, it was just kind of so-so.
Yeah, I mean, thinking back, I mean, it wasn't like the greatest animated thing I've ever seen for sure, but I mean, I would put it above so-so. I would say
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Like a B minus-y kind of
Sure. Okay.
B,
Yeah. Well, either way, it was kind of like no matter what you start with, it's going to spoil things for other iterations.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so it really kind of was just like, none of them are, it's not very linear necessarily. It's just like different.
God, no, it's not.
It's just different characters and different, I don't know exactly. I'll depending on how much I like this, I may watch some of the other ones.
Sure.
So far I've liked it. I don't want to say it's a slow start, but it's like a confusing start, which I think is just probably partially because this wasn't the original one, partially because I think that's just how the show is.
That's how they tell the story, yeah.
Right. It's just like, yeah. They don't.
It's not always linear, and it's
Right.
not always logical even.
Right.
And they do a lot of like leaving you to put together the pieces,
Sure.
which sometimes works and sometimes is like a little stretchy, but
Mm-hmm.
you know.
But overall, it's cool. I like that. I mean, the animation is really good, but they, you know, there's only been like 2 different scenes where I was just like, whoa, that was really cool. One was one of the characters has this like invisible blade.
Mhm.
She's a what's the word? She's a saber class.
Mhm.
They call her Saber, and because it's like too much to explain. Essentially, she has this invisible blade that has kind of like swirling mist around it. But there is one scene, and I got a thing for like sword animation. Apparently, I mean, like swords in real life, but there's this one scene where she's like rotating it, and like a glimmer of light, like ping, right off the blade, that you can't even see, but it's like super cool because it's like that's what you would see if you could see the blade, like edge. Like you can just see the edge of the blade by the light that reflects off, but you can't actually see the edge of the blade. It's just really cool. But they don't give you a ton of really, at least not yet, a ton of really like, whoa, cool animation. But I'm sure more is to come. So it's keep me interested. So yeah, I'm excited. I think I'm at this like tipping point where pretty soon I'm going to be like, it's going to start blowing my mind continuously.
Mhm.
And I'm here for it. So yeah. That's pretty much it that I've been watching, like new stuff, because we finished some of our other shows. Zenshu's done. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf is done. We still have been watching Apothecary Diaries, and we've gotten to some pretty interesting episodes. Like the cave episode? No?
Yeah.
So, yep. I won't spoil anything, but
I'm
I'm so
hoping to
glad
maybe
y'all
watch.
are catching up with me.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm not doing very well at that, very good at that, but I am. We did watch one new episode last night. Hoping to watch another one tonight, maybe.
Nice.
Okay.
So we're getting moving on it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
What have you
Okay.
been
Well, that's
watching?
very good.
Yeah.
Andrew, how about you?
Let's see. What have I been watching? I finished Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf, because I hadn't watched that
Nice.
prior. So I finished that. I've been watching more Apothecary Diaries. I got a little bit farther in Medaka Kuroiwa is Impervious to My Charms in
nice.
Japanese because I can't do
nice.
English.
Yeah.
Okay.
Couldn't do
You
it.
like that
Couldn't
more?
do it. Yeah, it's better. I mean, like I'm still kind of not in love with it. It's cute and it's good, and I'll
Sure.
like keep going. But you know,
Yeah.
we'll kind of give it maybe another episode or 2 to see
Okay,
if I
sure.
really like it,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to like just like it better than
Yeah.
the English version.
Nice.
Yeah. I finished from a long, long time ago. Oh my God, my epic slog, my epic quest. I finished the 2nd season of The Irregular at Magic High School.
Oh,
So I was
nice.
super
So you
excited
did just
about that.
do it.
Just be
Okay.
done
I
with it.
just had to do it. And it ended up being really good.
Oh,
So,
good.
but
okay.
like not the animation,
No, of
which
course.
is
Right.
which I had said before. Like
Yeah.
it got better-ish in certain sequences. Like I could clearly see where they put their budget, but you know, disappointing that it
Yeah.
wasn't as well animated as the
Sure.
first season.
Does it feel like it? Like, does it wrap? Did it wrap up there? Like that would be it, or is it set to have more?
I felt like it could, and they did do like. This is like what I don't really know about it, because they did do a season. I just learned, where they told this story from his sister Miyuki's point of view. So I don't know if there's like more coming there, or if this is literally just like a retelling of the OG storylines through Miyuki's point of view. So maybe it was it's very possible.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I just, sometimes if they see the writing on the wall, like, I don't know if we don't get as much money for this season. Like maybe it's not doing as well as we want. Like, do we just wrap it up, or?
Yeah, I was surprised that there was like a season, and I haven't checked when this was made. like the season from Miyuki's point of view. I don't know when it was made, so I don't know if it was like prior, in tandem, after. So I have to go look and see, but I don't know that they necessarily saw some writing on a wall.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So yeah, other than that, I started Witch Watch as well.
Right.
And I watched I'm only halfway through it, but I started the first episode of Devil May Cry.
Oh, you did?
And,
okay. Nice.
And found out that there is apparently a previous season, or like a previous show, Devil May Cry, that's available on Crunchyroll.
Okay.
No.
That sounds
So I kind of want to watch it and compare.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
But I like Devil May Cry so far. It's got like, I don't know, it's got some like weird touchstones to stuff. Like there's a like evil white rabbit character you meet within the first, 10 seconds. I know nothing about the video game, so but you meet him within the first 10 seconds, and he's got like a cross between like evil Alice in Wonderland and Frank the Bunny from oh god, what is it with Donnie Darko? You know what I mean? Like he just got this like weird vibe. Yeah. Like I don't know, it was somehow calling back to my childhood. The animation style itself is almost like 80s Ninja Turtle but modernized.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? Like it's got that same like very colorful vibe, and it almost feels like 80s fashions in like an animated world, but the creepy horror parts were very modern and very like, like a straight out of like a JJK or Tokyo Ghoul or something. So
cool.
It's got this like weird mix of influences. I'm liking it so far, but we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that if you are kind of a big fan of the game and you're looking for that in anime form, you'll be less happy.
Okay.
Yes, I have heard similar.
Sure. Yeah, I'd be interested, like I said, to watch, when there's a couple more episodes available, to watch this Netflix version and then like the OG, like 2017 Japanese produced version.
Sure. Yeah. Interessante.
So
very interesting.
Also, though, the theme song is Limp Bizkit's Rollin'. So it's like, oh my God. I love it. I have to give props for that. That's interesting. I know, right? That's a throwback.
Yeah.
So
funny. Okay. Very good. Yeah, I also I tried Kowloon.
You did. Nice. It's on my list.
Can you
just the first
remind
episode.
Me what that is?
So Kowloon was a real city in China that was like kind of it was like really claustrophobic and built upon itself or whatever. It's like its own contained little space, and this show takes place there.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be a romance, but there's weird stuff going on. Like there's a sci-fi element added.
I was going to say it was listed as like a sci-fi show.
Yeah. So there's this like sort of pharmaceutical company, and this government's building this big thing in the sky that's that they can all see from there. You don't really know what's going on with that. And I've read a fair bit of the manga, and I still don't know what's going on with it. So I imagine
is this it?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So first episode looked pretty good. I wish it was they colored it differently. Like in my head, the way that the time period, like they talk about nostalgia a lot in this, and the city is nostalgic in a way. It's older. I wish it felt older with its color. But
okay.
Yeah.
But just animation and
all that stuff. Yeah, like the actual line work and stuff looks like the manga, and that looks good, and it moves well. And
nice.
Yeah. So there's 2 episodes available now.
I've
just seen the first one. It's a slower, weirder manga. So I'm going to be interested to see how people receive the anime.
Okay. Yeah. Is it like? But it is like at its core, there's like it's like a romance.
Yeah, I'd say that's its core, a romance mystery.
Okay.
I would say,
Any like
and
violence or disturbing images?
not really. No.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Maybe
just trying to
general
think of
stuff.
I'm trying to think forward in the manga, and
Sure.
no,
Sure.
it's
Okay.
it's adult and it's not in graphic content, just in
Yeah.
pacing and tone and stuff.
Yep.
So
Okay. Yep.
yeah.
Cool. See if the wife wants to give it a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an easy one, as it's coming out now. I did try Lazarus as well, because that's Shinichiro Watanabe's new show, Cowboy Bebop fame.
Yep.
And I was very sort of meh about it.
Really?
I've seen the first 2 episodes now that are available, and I'll give it the 4 episodes.
Sure.
I always think that's kind of fair with anime, 4
Yeah.
episodes. If you can't get me by then,
Yeah.
But it feels like he's trying to harness the bebop,
kind of recreate it, relive
yes,
it, recapture it.
But it's not exactly. But it's not landing for me in that way. So
some things are like popular in a particular time and place, and it can't be recreated like that.
Yeah,
and if it had come out, if he had never done bebop and it came out today, maybe it wouldn't be the same.
It just doesn't have ooze the style that bebop does. Doesn't have the authenticity that bebop does in that kind of way.
And do you think you feel that way comparatively, or do you think you feel that way regardless if you'd never seen bebop?
I think if I'd never seen bebop, I wouldn't. Well, obviously, I wouldn't be thinking, "Oh, there's a little reference," or "Oh, you're trying to grab this glory." But at the same time, I don't know that I'd be enthralled. I'm
fair.
The premise is interesting, so it's an interesting premise. But
no, it's fair. I'm just curious.
Yeah. So I think they have the stunt coordinator or director for John Wick involved in choreographing fight scenes for this too, which I thought was strange, but
that is
okay. Yeah,
it is a little bit, but more just probably so they can say it versus how much help it'll be in an animation format. But
and the animation of this too is not exactly something that there's moments, but there's also moments I'm not super impressed by.
Okay,
so I don't know. Kind of disappointed.
You're not convincing me to get Amazon or HBO Max, John.
Right? Yeah. No.
It's on Max. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's premiering on Adult Swim. That's just normal.
Oh,
thing,
sure.
Which I also do not have.
Yeah. I'll let you know if it picks up. I'm trying it. But I haven't. It's been maybe Shinichiro Watanabe's run his course creatively for a while, because he's had a lot of good big hits, things I really love, but it's been a while.
Yeah,
I didn't love his last project either. So
just scraping the bottom of the old barrel, maybe. Well, didn't they? Isn't there a big a jazz, using jazz again as the kind of musical element to go along with the show?
There's jazz in this too. Yeah,
maybe it's cool. It was cool with bebop, but again, jazz again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, whatever his love is, I guess. But music, just in general, is a big part of a lot of his shows.
Sure. Sure.
So,
but change it up. Lots of different things. I mean, jazz is all well and good. I'm actually not. Don't come at me, jazz fans out there, but I'm not actually a huge fan of jazz. There's lots of other cool musical. If you want to intersperse really cool musicalness into an anime, there's a bajillion songs and styles of music.
Well, bebop was jazzy, but there was a lot of stuff in there that was also bluesy
Sure.
and rocky and ballads, and like a lot of different kinds of things in there.
There's
It just
even
sort of
like
had
some
that jazzy vibe.
soft rap.
Sure.
Yeah.
There was a metal song.
Mhm.
All the titles of the episodes are all like named after rock things.
Mhm.
Rock songs and whatever.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean,
the whole show's an ode to American culture.
Right.
Bebop.
That's true. Yeah.
And I get I feel like jazz is the most connective. You know what I mean? Like people associate it the most with bebop. I totally get that.
Yep.
Sure.
But yeah, he did have other elements in there. But
I should say Western culture. Shouldn't specify American.
Sure. No. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, and admittedly, it's been a minute since I've seen Cowboy Bebop. So
same.
Yeah. Well,
I did just watch the live action on Netflix.
You did not.
I didn't.
Andrea has better things to do with her
just
time.
Poking the bear.
That's funny.
So, All right. Well, yeah, very good. It's a variety of shows, and I will do better. Try to do better here, catching up with Apothecary Diaries, because we definitely gotta talk about that soon.
There's some good ones.
Okay, so we have to talk about Witch Watch.
Right. Well, last thing, John. We have not watched. Please take them off. Please put them on, Miss Takami-san. But I did get Daniel to agree to watch it with me. So
wow,
we'll be watching it.
Okay, be warned.
I know.
I warn you in the strongest.
We're aware.
Yeah,
we're aware.
Okay. I did. Yeah, I forgot to mention that I did watch the first episode of that. I know there's at least one more right now. But,
perfect.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, because have you done one of your late night smut casts yet?
Nope.
No.
No.
All right. I'm excited to see it when it comes out, when it drops. So make sure you let me know when it drops.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be.
That's funny.
I'm gonna come in my. Let's see. What should it be? Should be a furry outfit or some sort of
like a silk
smoking
robe.
jacket.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like a silk robe. That'd be nice with a pipe.
Class it up.
And
I have neither of those things.
Fire in the background. Bearskin rug.
Do you just want to direct this episode?
Yeah,
you're like in set design mode right now. You're like designing the set and costumes. Like Phil's got like a storyboard vision. He's got this. Don't worry.
It's gonna be great.
Like it. Very good.
You're gonna have to give him a little EP credit.
Yep. Produced by.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about Witch Watch. Before we do that, I just want to tell everybody, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all those sorts of things. Podcast directories, just Popcast on the Rocks. You can find us there. Otherwise, we do have a separate Ohio anime channel. So go ahead and look us up there if you'd like. And with that, let's get into Witch Watch. I'll get some screen here to share. This is a very random first picture that I'm putting up here, but for those watching, it's
random.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Witch Watch. So this just all of a sudden, I think Ashley saw it advertised. Phil, around the same time, you said, "Hey, you seen this? This is really funny." So yeah, I don't know where it came from. I'd never heard of it before. It was a manga, I guess.
Yep, pretty popular.
Now we have 2 episodes. Okay.
Yeah, I've been seeing little bits about it for a while now. Actually, for probably a couple months.
Okay.
And yeah, it finally dropped in early April, and I just been hearing, the internet hive mind knows all, and I've just been reading chatter on the interwebs about Witch Watch, and it's going to be a popular one this spring and really funny, really popular manga. And so it was definitely on my list to check out, and I'm glad I did, because we thought it was hilarious, and so Yeah.
Andrea, did you also find it hilarious?
I did, yeah. Yeah, kind of from the jump, actually.
Mhm.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Mhm.
Took me a minute. Like, Phil definitely set my expectations high when he texted and he was like, "I've never
Right.
laughed so much," and I was like, "Whoa!" But like, I eventually got to that place where
Sure.
like I was trying not to put too many expectations on it, and then I just like settled in and let myself enjoy it. It's
Sure.
been very funny.
Sure. I will
Like,
say
a lot funnier than I thought.
Sure. The second episode wasn't as funny as the first, and maybe sometimes you're just in a particular mood and something just
Yeah, hits
tickles your
you.
funny bone. I think
Yeah.
we might have just been in like that kind of a mood when we watched the first episode.
No, but like the ending I thought was hilarious,
Mhm.
and then I was like, "Oh, I get it. I get it."
Yeah. What do you think, John?
Yeah, I thought it was really. I didn't know what to expect. I kind of didn't need to see another thing about witches or magic using or whatever,
Sure.
But this one going really at that comedic angle was great,
Mhm.
and it's. I agree. Even with your hype of like it's so funny, I still thought it was really funny.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he keeps spitting I mean, it's stupid stuff. I think he
Yeah.
keeps spitting out the pieces of his ramen, the
Yeah.
fish cake on his glasses.
Yeah.
But they set
Are
a
you doing
tone
this on
nicely.
purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, and it's a little bit different of a scenario.
Yeah.
Again, you set up this kind of thing like, oh, this is completely normal, I guess. Like,
Mhm.
oh, she's a witch, you're an ogre, in
Yeah.
this seemingly normal
As one does.
society or
Yep.
whatever. Yeah. And yeah.
I
And they key us in quickly too, of like why
Yeah.
they're this pairing is as it is.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I liked that they did that. There's are so many animes I feel like where boys and girls end up like living together out of these like really weird circumstances, or like parents
Yeah.
just disappear
Sure.
awkwardly and like don't think about it.
Mhm.
And they were like, "Yeah, you're going to live together." Like, just
Yeah.
throw it right out there. And then
Yeah.
but then it like followed up with like, "You're supposed to be her protector. Something bad is going to happen within
Yeah.
a year, so we need
Right.
you to be
Yep.
right there."
Yep.
And it
Yeah.
was like, okay, like,
Mhm. Mhm.
it sort of like did a little winking at the absurdity, in this like not normal scenario. And then also
Yeah.
was like, hey, but seriously though, like
Yeah.
Hmm.
do the protector thing.
Yeah. It
Yep.
actually is
So
important. Yep. 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 Mhm.
I love her little like inner monologues
Mhm.
of
Yes.
like crushing on him.
Yep.
did you think of the partner from Sakamoto Days when she would be
It
like,
is like
"Oh,
that. I
he's so
didn't, but
handsome."
Yeah.
Like, that's exactly what I thought
like
of.
that.
And so I started laughing harder because I was like, "Oh my god, it's like
Yeah.
the
And
same."
she just like completely spirals out of control in her like inner monologue. She'd be like, "Oh my god, do you think that we'll do lewd things?" Like, no, we won't do lewd. Yes, we might do lewd things. Just like she's like, yeah, she's so funny. She's
Yep.
she's
See.
quite a cute, they're both very likable, cute characters. I think it's a very cute little like rom-com setup with some
Mhm.
fun wackiness and a little bit of magic and a little bit of action here and there when he like I thought it was like that first action scene where he like whoop picks that guy's hat off and like that kind of stuff is just great. That kind of stuff almost reminds me a little bit of like Mashal type like kind of funny
Yeah.
comedic action stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. There is a comedic tone to this that's aligned with Mashal. That's a good point.
Mhm.
Cause trying to think of the other things that it is like, but that's a good one. Obviously, Mashal has at this point more shonen-y, let's fight things too,
Yes. Yes.
but
Yes.
but the comedic beats, yeah, it feels
Yeah.
like this.
They feel similar. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very much enjoying her spells going wrong,
Mm-hmm.
just slightly. Like, they
Right.
work, but something happens, or she's like, "Oh, right, I forgot about like the side consequences, like, or
Yep.
the
Yeah.
the
They're like genie
balancing effect."
wishes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I like how you can even see some of the gags coming, and they're still like they like telegraph them, and it's still funny. Like the whole
Yep.
mug. This is your favorite mug. Oh yes, it's my favorite mug. I would hate for somebody to have to do it.
Yeah.
She's like, great. You know that mug's gonna be destroyed, and it's still hilarious when it happens.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I was just like, well, why did? Well, this is it wouldn't. I mean, it's just like a show, but I was like, well, repair the mug and break something else. But I mean,
Right.
the point is that anything you break has to matter to one of them.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that will be a gift later. It'll be a
Maybe.
callback, and she'll fix it by sacrificing something she cares about.
Perhaps. Yes.
Mhm.
I did have a thought. If this show becomes like wildly popular, which probably unlikely, but it's quite funny. So who knows? He had then in the next episode, he had a different mug. He had like this mug that says onion on it. And it has like this weird
Yes.
onion face thing. I wonder if that could become like this like funny cult, like not a classic nod thing where people like sell that like on online Etsy stores.
Yeah.
Because you can, I've seen people occasionally wearing like the Oppa sweatshirt that One Punch Man or that Saitama wears in the show in the anime. Like it's not. Unless you watched One Punch Man, you would not know that that's related. But for people who do know, it's like an inside reference.
And it's the same design.
Sorry,
it's the same design.
No. But it's just like a sweatshirt that Saitama wears when he's not like
right. But it's designed the same as because it's not just the phrase or the word Oppa, right? It's also like designed the same.
As what?
As what he's wearing in the show.
As what he wears, yeah.
Correct. I'm so sorry.
Oppa
Yes.
is like a common phrase.
It's designed the same. It's like the exact same sweatshirt, but you can like buy that sweatshirt.
Sure.
You know, and and anybody who saw you'd be like, oh yeah, it's like a sweatshirt. But if you're a One Punch Man fan, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's it's like an inside reference beyond even just wearing like an anime shirt, which I could wear this shirt and then 99% of people are like, this dude's wearing an anime shirt, but then like that 1% of people are like, oh yeah, hey man, yeah, JJK, or like I was at so a perfect example is at the Como Zoo for my daughter's field trip, and I was wearing a sweatshirt, but under my sweatshirt I was wearing my Don Don t-shirt, and we were in the like plant area where it's really warm, and so for like 20 minutes I had my sweatshirt off, and some 30-something dude came up and was just like, I love your Don Don t-shirt. I was like, oh, it's just like everywhere. I was like, just you never know.
Yeah.
There's fun anyway. Yeah. It's fun. Those fun references. It's fun. Yeah.
I do like, because it didn't used to be a thing. I do like these subtle fandom offerings. Yeah. It came with the idea that like, obviously when we were kids, we wouldn't see adults walking around wearing an anime or cartoon anything t-shirt.
No,
this is not. No.
Very rarely. Yeah.
Yes. Very rarely. If you did, you probably wanted to avoid that person, or they chose to avoid.
There was definitely a negative connotation.
Yes.
Like,
yes. But
it's not like a real adult there.
Right.
What's become acceptable has changed, and so as we've grown up with things, people, you can find it in ties, neckties that are like subtly designed to incorporate a logo or insignia or something from whatever, or
for sure.
You name it. I've got these other blue light glasses now that are like Fallout ones. You wouldn't really know if you don't look real close or whatever, it's like, so yeah. Absolutely.
But a huge Fallout fan might notice.
Yeah, maybe. And you should maybe just make those onion mugs, Phil. Get it started.
Maybe I should. Yeah,
because
you go.
Ashley and I immediately noticed it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'll look into it. Start an Etsy store. It's all I sell.
So let's see. Onion mug, magic gone awry. And like, hopefully that doesn't become boring, but like if they keep doing it in creative ways, obviously in the first episode, she accidentally turns herself paper thin
Oh, that
and
was so
blows
good.
between
That's
buildings and stuff. And we just get
Yeah.
to sacrifice the guy's hair. That's
Yeah.
great. That was all
Yep.
good.
Yeah, all really
Yep.
great stuff. Yeah.
Episode 2, we get to find out like, hey, she's going to school with him,
Mhm.
and she's very excited about this.
Indeed.
And I like the teacher. So the
Yeah.
teacher's a manga fan, a closet
Yes.
manga fan,
Yes.
and she keeps making references to like Demon Slayer or Hunter x Hunter or whatever.
Yes.
But then
Yep.
she's like, "Am I missing out on too much sleep that I'm imagining this guy
Yes.
Right.
Or like she's like-
transforming in the back?"
She's like, I can't tell people I love manga. I gotta be cool
Right.
teacher. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
it.
what did she say she likes then instead?
Dancing the mambo.
Yeah,
The mambo,
yeah.
they're like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
I think they just accepted the manga instead. Yeah.
Right. I was gonna say you should have just been honest. Then your
Right,
students
right,
would be
right.
like, oh, sure, whatever. But instead you did the thing you were trying to avoid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's quite funny.
So I like the teacher too. She's fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah, she
I
was
mean-
she was great.
Yeah, I think to your question before about, is it going to get old fast? I think they won't stay in my guess is they're not going to stay in this place very long where they're just like
Mhm.
going to school and interacting with their peers and doing some goofy magic stuff. I mean, obviously that will still persist, but I think the story's going to move along. I think it's going to get just like all these shows that on a service level appear to be kind of just
Mhm.
this one thing.
Mhm.
I think we're going to move into this whole expanding storyline. There's like these different, like the dad, the dad had mentioned like these different, like an ogre society or something. I mean, there's like these different societies of like magical
Mhm.
creatures, clearly, and witches, and there's obviously some harm that's going to befall Nico, and the Nico's mom couldn't come because she has some super secret witch stuff she has to do. This ogre dad is like, I got some super secret ogre stuff I got to go do too. So you're on, witch
Mhm.
watch, buddy. You hang in there, champ.
Mhm.
Like there's more. I mean, it's gonna expand quickly. I do believe. I just have a feeling. So I don't think it's gonna get boring.
I certainly don't mean to keep calling this out because I didn't think it when I was watching it, but I like that this show, like Sakamoto Days, has just presented something very straightforwardly,
Mhm.
and I think there'll be some interesting explanations. So, like two examples of what I'm saying is, first off, like they could have gone a route where Nico has to hide that she's a witch, and it could have been like all sorts of funny shenanigans with her classmates. Instead, they were just like, "Whoop."
Mhm.
Episode 2, everybody's just gonna discover it right away.
Right.
Like,
It's like,
here we go.
and they love it.
And
Yeah.
right? So that was
Mhm.
really nice that it was like subverting my expectations that
Yeah.
way.
Yep.
Much like Sakamoto Days just like presented the fact that our apprentice can read minds, and we just all like accepted it,
Sure. Sure.
and it was just like a thing. And then like later on there was a really cool explanation. I feel like later on here there's going to be some like interesting backstories and interesting things
Yeah.
happening, because also within this like reveal, her classmates are like, oh, right, she's a witch. And her teacher's like, yep, we confirmed with her mom. She's
Right.
like training as a witch.
Right.
It's normal.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, cool. Okay.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
this is a thing. So much like, there's assassins and everybody's just like,
Right. Yeah.
okay, cool. Or like, somebody has a power. Okay, cool. There's going to be a cool backstory to
I
go
agree.
with this later.
I
trust right now.
I agree with you, Andrea. And kind of really going along with that, anime, this, that's funny. What
Yeah.
anime, this really
Just what you were
reminds
talking
me
about
of-
earlier. Oh,
Right.
we're going to do
Right.
just 0 to 100. Like,
Yeah, that's quite
she comes
funny.
downstairs in her pajamas and he's like, no, go.
He's like,
change out
yeah,
of your
I
pajamas."
think you should change for it. It's so good. You know what? They haven't actually referenced this movie, but it reminds me a lot of the way witches are viewed in oh my gosh. With the little girl who's a witch. with the Studio
Oh,
G.
Matilda
Oh,
or something. Oh,
No.
oh,
Kiki's
Sorry,
Kiki's Delivery Service.
Thank you. I
oh, okay.
just
Yeah.
Ghibli.
can picture it in my mind. I've seen the movie like 10
Sure.
times. It's like Kiki's Delivery Service. It's that whole same idea that witches exist very kind of rarely. You're lucky if your city has like a witch because they like help people, and that's like their
Yep.
kind of their mission in life is to be a helpful like neighborhood city witch, and that's like the same exact vibe as the show, which I really
Yeah.
like because that's a fun, it's a very fun, accepting. Like we're like, yeah,
Mhm.
witches are great. It's a really turning because it's really I like that. I like that
Yeah.
that version of witches. It's really fun and it's cute and it's nice and
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice too that, in this instance, Morihito is wrong. He's like, we can't reveal this
right.
because, it's
I
like
want her to
all
have
these bad
friends.
things are going to happen and I want her to have friends. And if she
Yeah.
does, she's not going to have friends. And
Yeah.
he's totally wrong there. And then he's
Yep.
like, I also can't reveal that I'm an ogre
Right.
because, like this traumatic thing from his
I'll never
childhood,
talk to
which
anybody again.
legit. Yeah, legit. I would be scared. And then he just like
Sure.
has to. And then he's
And
wrong
they're like,
again.
"We
His
love it."
classmates are like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I did though enjoy that he's like, even though that was really cool, I still attract like these randos who are like,
Yeah.
can I do these weird things?
Yeah, right.
Not even want to do something cool and he goes powers.
Strange
The guy wants to switch his eyes.
I know. Yeah, it's just so weird. But
it's fun. It's funny
Yeah.
because you don't like expect that stuff because
Mhm.
because people, in other scenarios would be like, oh, can she make me a lot of money or can she make me
Right.
famous or can she,
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know, do something.
Right. Can
This
she
guy
turn
was
me into
just-
a Can she turn me into a chair? One of them said. Like, okay.
Can she switch my eyeballs? I'm sorry. I
Right,
really
yeah.
loved that. I was just
No,
like,
that's funny.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So,
That's fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I agree, Andrea. I like the bluntness. The comparison to Sakamoto Days is I think is apt. That works. And I also think to your point earlier, Phil, about like you think it's going to go places.
Mhm.
I feel like both these things are kind of a trend now in the recent couple, I don't know, maybe couple years, couple seasons for sure. It just feels like that's a thing now where this sort of odd, quirky, blunt humor sort of thing is coming in. Just really like, here's our world and this is normal, accept it. And then we're going to do zany things from here.
Yep.
We kind of have that with Don even too,
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the other part of it going places, it being like, I think there's more shows now that they really escalate in their scope
Yes.
over the course of the show.
They like evolve.
Yeah.
Like in genre switching and stuff. And like, or like really not sticking with like a particular genre. Like,
yeah, like,
doing
well,
all these
something
different
that
things.
starts super zany, like a Don and then has the like things have heartfelt moments, but like really on a dime, kind of more serious. Hell's Paradise really kind of, it doesn't switch genres, but it just it moves into territory you wouldn't have expected initially. It opens up and like the different people involved and the threats and the ability and like it starts snowballing in some of these things like things didn't do before. I feel like previously
Delicious in Dungeon is a great example too.
Okay, I didn't finish that one, so I don't know. But
but
come on,
John. But it starts as like this kind of funny, zany dungeon crawler about eating monsters you find in the dungeon, and it really evolves into a whole different thing.
Sure. Yeah.
Zenshu was really the same way, actually, Andrea. If you would, I don't know how you feel about that. I think it's I mean, it's like I don't know, and again, I haven't been watching. I mean, maybe I'd feel differently if I'd been watching anime. If I was 50 and I've been watching anime since the 70s, and maybe someone who's done that could say like, "Oh no, it's always been like." There's always been shows who have, couldn't be really put into a particular genre and really push the boundaries of, what to expect and going in. But it does seem like it's it's more and more lately. Like they're getting more and more advanced in what they can do with like storytelling. I don't know if that's what you were kind of saying, but I do think that seems like that.
I mean, I think there's, like, as you say, there's always been stuff that's genre defying and stuff like that.
Sure.
It just feels to me like we're in a bit of a trend, right? Yeah, like obviously for a while it's like isekai everything, and I just
I
think
don't
that
feel
maybe
that,
we're
but
getting a different storytelling trend here. That there is I don't know if it's a push for trying to find something fresh, because there's so much that can
yeah,
feel samey,
yes,
especially with what what's brought here to the States.
yeah,
I don't know. And maybe,
yep.
maybe it's in my head, but I've just been happy to find a few things that end up going above and beyond what I'm initially presented with. So
Absolutely. I recently recommended a bunch of anime to my brother-in-law, who's just getting into it more. Like he's watched One Punch Man. He's watched some of like the stuff that's on Netflix. Some of them with his kids, like Legend of Korra and Airbender, and then by himself, he's watched like Blue Eyed Samurai and stuff that's not technically anime, but anime adjacent. And but I put a bunch of he just got Crunchyroll, and I put a bunch of recommendations on his. I was like, let me just add, because I grew up visiting them, and I added I don't know, 15 anime of ones I was like, this is incredible. Just like stuff like Chainsaw Man and JJK and Hathkiri Diaries, and just like all the shows that I've watched and loved over the last couple of years that are, Soul Leveling, new ones, recent ones, Don. Like I put just a ton of stuff on there, and I was just like, oh, I'm jealous that he gets to watch all these like amazing anime. And yeah, it's all been in the last, I think all of them are from the last couple of years. Like, I mean, obviously I put some classics on there, like Cowboy Bebop and stuff, but most of it was like new and like kind of is, I think, in that same vein of what you've been talking about, John. So
okay, nice.
So I agree with you.
Keep us updated on his anime journey progress.
We'll do for sure. For sure.
Whatever happens there.
Yes.
So, okay. Well, anything else we have to say much here? We get more hijinks. The school now knows, and what's to come of that? We have I'm feel like. Let's see. No, I was thinking of a different show, but ending ominously. It's just as fun.
Yeah.
So
I like. I did like also. I'll say, with the school and the class finding out that Nico's magic sometimes works as intended. I was a little nervous when they started being like, we're going to go like have everybody fly.
Right.
And I was like,
yeah, that's going to go not well.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was nice that like everything isn't like a zany mishap. You know what I mean?
True.
Like,
yeah.
And you don't want her
it was just cool.
Seem incompetent. Like she's
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and it's kind of cute that like she gets all flustered around, Morihito. And I mean, they haven't really said anything about it, but maybe, it's different for an ogre. Maybe he experiences things differently, or,
yeah,
I don't know. He's got interference or whatever, but I don't know. I liked that, her magic worked for the class.
Yeah.
And there wasn't any, oh God, we're, sending students flying off into outer space or, some other mishaps. And the funnier part of that was they were out there doing cool stuff. And like the students were inside being like, oh, we're in here doing fruits basket. Like we could be like, like, the humor was totally somewhere else instead of, zany hijinks all the time.
Right.
So well balanced, well played.
Definitely
here.
What was that truck driver thinking, by the way? Like,
what?
Is this a good time to bring your load of equipment in, buddy? We obviously got a magical gym class going on here.
You didn't see a magical force field up in here? Like, just drive through it?
Get with it, man. Where are we even going? It's like why would you even be driving a truck on a field like that?
Right? Look at this shimmery iridescent air. I should probably go through it.
Right.
Nothing bad will happen to
That was
me.
on that guy. He's lucky that he got saved because,
Yeah.
It's true. Mhm. Well, and the person that someone that waved them through, right? They maybe should
Right.
have said like,
What was
"Hold
that
up
guy
here."
doing? Yeah.
Yeah, this is a whole lot of failure here.
I'm not sure what kind of operation they're running over there,
Administration and
Yeah.
it's.
Mhm.
Mhm.
but no, really
Okay.
good. Quite
Well,
enjoyable.
yeah. I'm fun we have this one.
Mhm.
You know, Andrew always talks about having the light and dark, having different
Yes,
things, and
definitely.
I think that for the time being, this will suffice in the light side for a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm excited for more to come. And
Opening was good. Opening was good, I will say.
Oh yes, I wanted to mention that opening is banger. Their opening is so vibrant and alive. Like it is really a treat to look at. So.
I believe the same singer or musical group as Freeren's opening. I recognize the name from my Spotify playlist.
Interesting.
It's like
Yawasobi is super big.
Very
right now.
popular, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's also Freeren's.
Okay.
Positive.
Nice.
I hadn't made that connection. That's cool.
Just because my kids always want me to play anime music on my Spotify playlist.
Nice.
There are worse problems.
Don't. Oh, 100%.
My thing is always singing The Ants Go Marching or let's see what animal the farmer has. So
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta switch between that for Cora and then Everett's super into Pink Pony Club.
Oh yeah. We love Pink Pony Club for sure.
You don't know Pink Pony Club?
No. It sounds right up Anya's alley, though.
It's really like this. It's really, I mean, like I can't think of a song that really tells your story better, John. It's like
interesting.
Going to LA to make it, end up like spending your time like going dancing with your friends at the Pink Pony Club in West Hollywood.
West Hollywood. Yep.
Okay.
It's so good though.
I don't know.
It's so good.
It's not,
and
I'm
like
obviously being facetious.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're a cosmopolitan man. But
it's such a good song, and like Everett literally thinks it's about pink ponies. So
Chapel Roan. She's pretty famous, popular right now.
Wait, what was it?
Chapel Roan.
Chapel Rowan is the singer.
Yeah. She's pretty in the popular musical scene right now, I would say.
Okay. Well, you'll have to fill me in. I don't keep up on that stuff.
Yeah.
I want to show you this, Phil. See, this is my second smallest sword. You said you like swords.
I do. Yeah, that's cool.
This is
oh, cool. Yeah.
This is actually a letter opener.
Oh, nice.
But it is designed after the sword that like Bruce Wayne used in Batman Begins.
Oh, cool.
When he's training. So it's actually like a Noble collection, that makes the rings and all this stuff, sort of thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Got a long time ago. It's my letter opener.
Awesome.
So
the light glint off that edge. Ding.
Yeah. You gotta bring on some swords. If you like swords, show me your swords, Phil.
I don't actually have. We have a couple of inflatable swords, and I have a wooden sword from Renfest that Savannah got a couple of years ago, and I have a plastic Halloween sword.
I think you should remedy that this year at Renfest.
There you go.
Say, hey, honey, you don't mind if I spend $500 on a sword from a blacksmith at Renfest this year? Huh? Hey,
well,
Penn and Teller are coming to Renfest this year.
Yes, I'm so pumped.
That's crazy. We're gonna have to go.
Yeah.
It's like one weekend, right, or one day.
It's one day.
I think it's one day.
I don't know which day that is.
It'll be packed, I suppose. It's
August. Hold on, it's August 16th.
Oh, that's early.
Nothing like coordinating our schedule.
Yeah, it's like opening day. I know. It's like opening day.
Interesting.
I think.
Okay.
August 16th, you say?
I think so.
We're currently free that weekend.
We also seem to be.
All right.
Ohio
Lock
Anime
it
Podcast on the
down.
Rocks meetup at the yeah.
Yep.
So yes. All right. Well,
Very cool.
we'll talk about that more in the future.
For sure.
Everybody, thanks for tuning
Take
in.
that offline, maybe.
Yeah. Follow us, as I said before, like, share, subscribe. We're on podcast directories, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can leave a review on Apple Podcasts. That'd be appreciated. You can support us further. The link on the Spotify page if you want. And there's also the video version available on there. Popcastle on the Rocks is probably what you want to search there. On YouTube, you can do Ohio Anime specifically for this show. You'll find all these right here. We live stream to the Popcast on the Rocks channel. So you really should be following those two places, Popcast on the Rocks and Ohio Anime. Whether you like anime only, follow that one, and Popcast on the Rocks anyways. Just that's what you want to do. So it's not that hard. Just go click the little subscribe thing. It's pretty easy.
It couldn't be easier, frankly.
Yeah, pretty much.
We talk about cool things on either podcast. So.
Totally.
Right.
You occasionally will also find me on the Podcast on the Rocks podcast.
Right.
It's true.
Yeah. And if you're a Phil fan, you just have
we're
to.
We're specifically here for Phil. Like, we're big Phil fans.
Right.
Like, and that, just so you know, like, they're out there.
I should get a zany picture of you, maybe the one from Renfest, and put it down the corner of thumbnails when you're on the show, and it would say Phil's here. That's everybody knows on that episode.
I love it.
Sounds great. Perfect.
I think your stands want you to bring back crazy hats and crazy wigs.
You know what? I almost put my my wig from anime at the anime convention. Now that's all been done and stuff. I know we showed pictures, but I almost put it on, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go hatless tonight. But
next time we have to see the final product, because
true.
It was a very different look when you first debuted it.
Definitely, yes.
I have one of the pieces of art I bought at the Anime Detour framed. So
nice.
It's great.
Okay. That'll do it from us. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Andrea, Phil, thanks for being here.
Of course.
And we'll see everybody next time.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.